They're all gone. All gone. None of them could understand. Not even my little Susan. Or Vicky. But as for Barbara and Chesterton, they were all too impatient to get back to their own time.
Shall I introduce this one?
Yes. Oh dear.
Hello and welcome back to the Shallow Proclamation with myself and
another smooth intro.
we prefer our intros to be crunchy or with bits.
With pulp.
Plenty of pulp going around.
Pulp. I think what you're trying to say.
What's your name?
You're Thomas and I'm Paul.
Okay, yeah. We're watching Doctor Who. Classic era, series 3. The Massacre. The finale of The Massacre, part 4. Bell of Doom, I think it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been enjoying this story so far. I've been struggling a little bit to keep up with it, possibly partly due to the fact that it's a recon. And maybe we're just quite dumb as well.
Goes without saying, I think, to be honest.
Or tired. But
yeah, and that.
Can see that there is a very good story in there. And looking forward to see how it's looking forward to see how it's rounded off. It's quite fun to say, Bell of Doom. Hi, I'm watching Bell of Doom.
Bell of Doom.
Yeah, it could be one word, couldn't it? Yeah, so instead of a little reprise, it's just straight in with the title.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were trying something different in this story.
Yeah.
That's the apothecary, right?
Yeah, that's where
recognise the goat.
Recognise the goat again. There's so much stuff in it, isn't there? Just so well dressed.
Yeah. Do you reckon Stephen would know how to fly the TARDIS?
I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, he's from the future, and he was a pilot, but
yeah,
wouldn't have assumed he would know how to fly a time machine.
He'd have to guess from what he's observed of the Doctor, I guess.
Every box. I must find that key.
I reckon episode 3 should have been called Abattoir.
Some further scheme to protect her good name.
Run away somewhere with the apothecary who used to live there.
What, with prisoner? No, I couldn't.
Why not?
Because prisoner is either dead or in prison. He is not.
Hey.
The Catholics will not rest until you are dead. You are too impetuous, Viscount. The king is determined.
Oh, I wish they'd held on the Doctor and Stephen for that emotional reunion.
Yeah. To be in the care of a greater enemy. There's a Doctor.
Oh, crumbs. This is the Massacre.
That's a nice way of doing it.
Yeah.
Recon. It's probably more graphic than the original.
The girl was with me. You brought her with her, she needn't have died. And now you have to leave her there to be slaughtered. Well, it is possible, of course. She didn't die, then I'm right to leave her. Possible? Look, how possible? That girl was already hunted by the Catholic guards. If they killed 10,000, how did they spare her? You don't know, do you? You can't say for certain that you weren't responsible for that girl's death. I was not responsible. Oh, no. You just sent her back to her aunt's house where the guards were waiting to capture her. I tell you this much, Doctor. Wherever this machine of yours lands next, I'm getting off. If your researches have so little regard for human life, then I want no part. Your Majesty, Doctor. Goodbye. My dear Stephen, history sometimes gives us a terrible shock. And that is because we don't quite fully understand. Why should we? After all, we're all too small to realize its final pattern. Therefore, I don't try and judge it from where you stand. I was right to do as I did. Yes, that is going to be. Even after all this time, he cannot understand. dare not change the course of history. Well, at least I taught him to take some precautions. He did remember to look at the scanner before he opened the doors. Now, they're all gone. All gone. None of them could understand. Not even my little Susan. Or Vicky. And as for Barbara and Chesterton, they were all too impatient to get back to their own time. And now, Steve. Perhaps I should go home. Back to my own planet. But I can't. Who are you?
Where's the telephone?
What did you say?
The telephone. I've got to ring up.
Oh, pull yourself together, child. I think you've made a mistake.
Who are you? Are you the police?
Oh, good gracious, of course not.
Well, this is a police box. It says so outside.
Yes, I know, but it isn't if... you know what I mean. Now run along and find another police box. In any case, child, what do you want to do with the policeman?
There's been an accident. A little boy's been hurt, and I've got to phone the police.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I can't help you. No, you must run along and phone the police somewhere else. At the same time, phone for an ambulance.
Wait a minute. If this isn't a police box, what is it? And who are you?
Well, my dear, I'm a doctor of science, and this machine is for traveling through time and relative dimensions in space. Now, you...
Oh, yes.
Oh, never mind, my dear. Never mind. Run along.
There's something odd going on.
Oh, please, child.
Quick, you've got to take off.
Oh, so you come back, my boy.
Yes, I'll come back. We can't go into that now. There are two policemen coming over the common towards the garden.
Coming here? Good gracious, what to use the telephone for? Exactly that.
That was close.
Well, tell me, young man, what made you change your mind?
How did you get in here?
On me feet, same as you did.
Do you realize what's happening? We've taken off. We could land anywhere.
We're really traveling. Where to?
We're traveling in time and space. We're not on Earth anymore. We could land anywhere in any age.
Tell us another one.
Doctor, how could you?
What else could I do, dear boy? You don't want a couple of policemen aboard the TARDIS, do you? You know you're the most inconsistent young man. Just now you were telling me off for not having that shuffling girl aboard.
Oh, that was different. This is no joyride, you know. You may never get home again.
I don't care.
What about your parents?
I haven't brought any. I live with my great aunt, and she won't care if she never sees me again.
You see, all this fuss about nothing. Don't you think she looks rather like my grandchild, Susan?
It does. I've never met your granddaughter.
Oh, no, of course not, no. Yes, but she does, you know. What is your name, child?
Dodo.
What?
Dorothea, really. Dorothea Chaplin.
Chaplin? Yes, but you're not French, are you?
Don't be dumb. My granddad wants to.
Doctor, it's not possible, is it? Chaplin and great...
Yes, it is possible, my boy. Very possible. Welcome aboard the TARDIS, Miss Dorothea Chaplin.
Dodo.
Oh, my dear.
Whoa. Hold the phone.
Adventures continue with a new story next Saturday at 5:15.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, that was nice.
Well, we'll come back at 5:15 next week then.
Doctor Who's Adventures. What? Well, it really kicked off in that episode, didn't it?
It was interesting, structured slightly different, wasn't it? In that the story was sort of finished and got out of the way relatively quickly, and there was quite an extended amount of time at the end, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm just processing what happened. So you had the massacre, which was quite traumatic, but very well done in the recon kind of.
How would you rate
illustrations?
How would you rate the massacre? Well, it was quite traumatic, but very well done. So.
Well, Bobby Dazzler, who is a great supporter of the show, said to us at the end of the Daleks master plan, he got a nice cheerful one for the next story. Thanks, Bobby.
Yep.
But after that, you then had that really interesting kind of moral dilemma where Stephen was like, because it's kind of really got to Stephen at this point. He's lost Katerina and Sarah. He's got attached to people and then seen them die. And he's like, Doctor, how long is this going to go on for? And realizing that girl, Anne, might not have survived. So then Stephen leaves. And I genuinely thought he was leaving at that point.
And we get a nice bit of dialogue with the Doctor there, don't we? About like they've all gone, you know. And
yeah, it was nice to hear him reference the past companions, like right back through the show's history. Chatterton, yeah. Yeah, he didn't mention Katerina or Sarah, did he? So
There
maybe
you
that
go. This is the
confirms.
definitive proof. Katerina, Sarah Kingdom are not companions because the Doctor doesn't mention them. There we go. Job
He
done.
doesn't deem them to be companions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was powerful. And then he's like, "Oh, maybe I could return to my home planet, but I can't."
I can't.
Is that because he can't find it, or it's not really clear, is it?
Who knows? Just creates mystery.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant stuff. And then you get this Dodo girl, Dido. What was
you thought she was dead, but she's back. Dead as a dodo.
Yeah. The singer Dido, what was her full name? It was like Florian De Pfeffel.
I think you're getting confused with Boris.
Oh, Boris Johnson. So she just thinks she's just wanting to use the police phone. How does she get into the TARDIS again? Is the door open?
Well, they just left the doors open. Just
yeah.
The interior doors were open, so I guess you can just wander in from the outside then. Interesting though, in this one, but with those doors there, without even really thinking about it, we've moved away, haven't we, from being able to see straight out the doors to the outside. So now you've got the TARDIS doors, and it looked like a black void, wasn't it? I think.
Yes, I think you're right. Actually,
I don't think you could see through the doors.
And we did have a bit of footage there, presumably from the next episode.
What of the TARDIS going? I think that could
be from anywhere.
Could be from anything, just used to fill some time.
Yeah.
And did you pick up that Dodo is supposed to be the great granddaughter of?
Yes, that was a nice touch, actually, because that would be a lot of generations, wouldn't it, from the 16th century to the 1960s.
Yeah, yeah. And so apparently Anne Chaplet was considered, there was potential for her to be the companion, but they kind of nixed the idea because for the same reasons that Katerina kind of got bumped, really, that they felt she was from a time that people wouldn't be able to identify with and it would, be too tricky to use as a companion. So hence why you don't get Anne Chaplet, but you do get Dodo Chaplet, the 1960s contemporary companion.
That is a nice touch, actually, because it's kind of like Stephen realizes, oh yeah, well maybe she did survive because there's this descendant of her, and so I'm going to continue traveling with the Doctor. That was nicely done. I mean, bit of a coincidence that they go from Paris to somewhere in England, presumably. Was it London or just somewhere?
I think yes. I think it's supposed to be Wimbledon Common because apparently that there was that scene of the TARDIS dematerializing and there was like a lady watching just at the end there. So it says that was a friend of the director's walking the dog on Wimbledon Common or something for the shoot. But the initial idea had actually been to have a cameo of Ian and Barbara, like seeing the police box dematerialize.
Wow. That would have been nice.
Yeah. Apparently it was scheduled to be filmed and then got cancelled. So, it obviously got past the initial idea stage. So that's a shame, but that would have been nice.
Yeah, it's a bit of a coincidence that they bumped into this girl who's descended from...
Yes, that would kind of rather overdo the coincidences at that point, wouldn't it, I suppose?
But it's a nice touch, and there's a slight sense that's built up in the show later on that the TARDIS is kind of conscious and, is drawn to people emotionally. Or sort of takes the Doctor to where he is most needed. So I'm going to play that card, I think.
Yeah, let's go for that. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's science fiction, isn't it? Science fiction. Well, great stuff. Looking forward to the next story. What have we got next?
We have the 4-parter, The Ark, and guess what, Thomas? There are 4 parts in existence.
Beautiful.
We will be able to watch the whole thing. Thank goodness.
Well, if you'd like to join us for that fun, do give us a subscribe and that will keep you in the loop. Stay safe. I'm Thomas.
I'm Paul. Together we are the Shallow Proclamation. Sorry.
Knocked my laptop there. Yes.
Smooth. 2015 called. They want their moves back.
I wonder if I'm descended from someone from 2015. Yeah.
Dear me. See ya.